Yeah, the thumbnail has absolutely nothing to do with the video. I just thought it would be funny. Welcome to the top 20 albums of motherfucking 2025. I skipped on 2024 because I was lazy and I had a whole method of how I was gonna show off the video. I had like different fonts for the artists. I had like a layout I was going for, and then I just did not record or edit at all, and I was just being lazy as hell. So sorry that didn't happen. If somebody wants to know what my top 20 was of the other year, just leave a comment and I'll reply to it with everything. But it's 2026. Sorry I didn't get this out before the year. I have a deadline with the goddamn the albums listening to. If it came out after the first week of December, it's not gonna be on the list. All right. Otherwise, welcome to the video. You're seeing a black screen right now. I know. What the? There's no visuals. Where the fuck are the visuals? Where's the music video with Gaussian blur on it, playing over 20 times? Where's the overlay? I get it. And there's a reason for that. This is gonna take way too long to edit everything. So we got this shit. We got a shit called Google Slides, right? It's like dark mode. It's about to be light as hell.
Damn, nigga. I'm 6'0", nigga.
So yeah. Thank y'all for clicking on the video. Thank y'all for one of my opinions on this shit. We about to get into it. Make sure to like and subscribe and do all the shit. I don't know how YouTubers be doing this shit nowadays. But yeah, thanks for the reception on the album rankings video. Not the album rankings video, the show rankings video. I'm hopefully get some more like voiceover content for y'all now that I'm doing less shows. But without further ado, let's get into this goddamn list. All right, so this is the format tutorial right here. So on the top is gonna be the number, like the number 20, number 29, number 6, 7, whatever. It's gonna be the album name on the left, then the artist name, and the best songs in order. So if it's on the top, that means that's my favorite song, and then it goes down. On the right side, we better have bullet points because I'm just gonna ramble for too long if I don't have bullet points. I want to get through this quick and consistently. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be some positive things, some negative things. If it's negative, that doesn't like some of the best albums on this list have negative things. So if there's a negative thing, that doesn't mean like holy shit, this album is ass. It just means I have criticisms for the album. You know what I mean? So yeah. If there's negatives, that doesn't mean I think it's a bad project. Of course, it's on the top 20 list. It just means there's some criticisms that I have on the project. Now, with that further ado, let's get Kevin Hart bitch ass off this page and let's go to number 20. At number 20, we got Perverts by Ethel Cain. Amazing, moody project. As you can see, it was very experimental and droney. It was much a drone album. It wasn't the classic Ethel Cain sound. I like the concept a lot. I forget what Hayden called it. I said Hayden like I know the bitch. But like I remember on the YouTube page that she had a whole like hour breakdown of like the concept of like making some fucking, what is this shit called? I'm trying to find this shit. The Ring, The Great Dark, and Proximity to God. That whole shit is just fucking crazy. I love the atmosphere on this project, but for the last bullet points, you know, this shit is so incredibly hard to get into just on a surface level. Like if you play this for some normal nigga, they are not gonna be wanting to hear this, which is the only really downside. I mean, if you into this shit, you into this shit. And then there's no vinyl. I want this on vinyl. I don't give a fuck if it's a 5XP, 5XP, 5LP. I don't give a fuck. Give me the vinyl. All right, number 19, we got Balloon 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 by Sharpins. It's got great mixing. It's got like an old nostalgic kind of, it kind of sounds like the Beatles type shit, like super old rock and roll, and not even like a rock or like a metal rock. I mean like a straight up rock and roll, not quite as soft as Geese, maybe softer than Geese. Yeah, softer than Geese, but still super nostalgic. But it does kind of stay the same a little bit between everything, which is really my only downside, because I feel like if there was a little bit more variation, even in terms of just like the sound it's making, like if there was a few like, I don't want to say pop punk, but like more upbeat as opposed to just kind of like chill and just like softer tones, that would be fire. And it is pretty derivative, I will say that, even though I do think it's great. I feel like the mixing on this one really shines out though, because it feels like you're watching this shit like through an old ass TV, like a 1950s TV, and this is just like the music that be playing between like all the different shows where the white people be going like they talk like that like in the 1950s. But that's what I feel about this record. It's a cool little experience. At number 18, we got 500 Days of Summer by Protect. This shit is crazy. I'm not gonna lie, it is a little bit like, if you're not into the kind of nasally, just like mumbly singing, like that sort of like auto-tune rap that a lot of underground rap is in right now, you probably won't like this. But if you do like it, it does have a lot of unique beats. It's got a lot of unique production. All the flows and the hooks are super catchy. I feel like there's not a single song on this project where I don't really know the lyrics. And it doesn't even need to be like a song that I really like. It's just that catchy to me. And yeah, it's a very consistent throughout. Even though it does kind of sound the same throughout a little bit, there's enough variation in it in terms of the beats for it to not be too repetitive, for it to not be just like a dreadful listen. And yeah, it's got good versatility within its beat selection and within like his rapping styles. I do want to say the vocal range isn't like crazy. He does do the same kind of voice the whole time, but he's got raps, he's got singing on it. And yeah, I just think it's a good time. It's very chill. Number 17, we got In the Earth. Hold up. Gotta clear my throat. All right, number 17, we got In the Earth Again by Chat Powell, Hayden Pettigo. The concept, interest concept. What the fuck is wrong with me? I was having a stroke when I wrote this. But yeah, interesting concept. I like the idea of a post-apocalyptic and like everybody's like in the ground because all the top of the earth got like shaved off, like some shitty ass trim. But then like the healthy scalp on the bottom, that's where you reside, and that's pretty fire. The concept is very like very well mixed in with the whole thing in terms of like the subject matter and in terms of the lyrics. And even the atmosphere, I do feel like it melds in a lot with this idea of like a post-apocalyptic, and these are like the last people on Earth. However, I do feel like there could be more transitions. I feel like that would add a lot of punch to it, because I feel like it's more a collection of songs as opposed to one like full-length like movie per se. I feel like you're watching a bunch of different scenes as opposed to like one cohesive work, if that makes sense. And I feel like songs like Radioactive Dreams and Demon Time, they have a really nice blend of Hayden Pettigo style and Chat Powell's style, but it's not, that sound isn't consistently throughout. There'll be songs where it's just a straight up like sludge metal cut like Chat Powell typically has, and then it'll be just like a straight up instrumental cut like Hayden has. And I feel like when they're blending the sounds together, it's a lot better. But I feel like when it's just half and half between songs as opposed to each song having half and half within them, I feel like it kind of loses a little bit of power. Number 16, we got I don't even know how to say that in French. I'm not even going to try. Trompe l'oeil by Until Japan. I love the subject matter. I love his lyrics. It's intrusively introspective. I'd really coined that term. I really feel like I did something with that. All the instrumentals are very grand. They're very vibrant. They have a lot of layers, and they have a lot of it feels orchestral overall, which I really like, especially in the context of the production having a lot of the same underground flair, where there's hard hitting 808s, there's a lot of stuff going in with the drums, but it still is able to hold on to this kind of natural acoustic feel to them. And all the flows are great, the wordplay is amazing, but I feel like after a while the sounds kind of gets not like boring, but I feel like a lot of the songs sound the same in terms of like the structure. I feel like there's only a few songs on here that kind of reach this real high in the build-up, and it would really be a song like Die Like This. There we go. Die Like This has this great sample. It sounds like not like an opera, it sounds like an orchestra, and like as the beat progresses it just kind of goes up and up and up. But I feel like a lot of the other songs don't really have that. I feel like it's songs like Die Like This, Yayo, I guess you could say a song like Pyramids with the kind of synthy part after the sample, but everything else it feels like the beat, and then it feels like a copy paste of the beat, and then just over and over, as opposed to adding more layers as it progresses. And I feel like Japan did not use his entire vocal range. Like, he definitely hit some high notes in there, but on a song like Child Soldier, which came out afterwards, I feel like that's a bigger showcase of like the tones that he can hit, either low or high. But still, I think it's an amazing project overall. And if you into like the lyrical, spiritual, but also want to get into underground rap, this is a perfect one for you. Number 15, we got Psycho Warrior about Machine Girl, MG Ultra X. I love how much it's able to just swap between electronic and hardcore just like seamlessly. Everything is very mixed well together, even if it does sound kind of glitchy, and that's one of my negative bullet points. I feel like it's a little bit too glitchy. I would like just some straight up screams, just some uninterrupted vocals, as opposed to it sounds like a fucking Friday Night fucking shit, and it's kind of annoying sometimes. But I feel like the vocals could also have a little bit more diversity. I feel like it's been the same shrieks and the same screams and kind of vocal flows as it's been even to albums like The Ugly Art or like You Void. But that being said, there's a lot of chill, more D&B cuts that are really nice. There's a lot of intense, more kind of hardcore, more kind of techno cuts that are super great as well. And I feel like this album's gonna hit a lot harder than the first MG Ultra, purely because I feel like it's got a lot more energy for like a sort of like push pit kind of dancing crowd, as opposed to just like a kind of bop in your head, just kind of bouncing a little bit. You know what I mean? It's the difference between like a dance club and then like some fucking metal shit, which I really like and I really appreciate. Number 14, we got Magic Alive by McKinley Dixon. I love this record, and it really had to grow on me, if I'm being honest, because I think I was just coming off the high of really liking Beloved Paradise Jazz, because that record came out a while ago. But like when I first listened to Magic Alive, it just kind of felt like it was trying to recreate that magic. That being said, I do love how it's got the same formula without being too derivative of the predecessor, and especially with the concept. I think the concept helps a lot with the kind of lyrical subject matter and just the choruses. I fucking love the choruses on it. I love all the singy songy parts where it's like, oh, everybody can sing along to this. I feel like those parts are really catchy, and I feel like anybody can get into them. But I feel like I would have liked a lot more PC sounds. I do say it's like exclusively like a natural acoustic sound, which I do think cuts off a little bit of the edge, because like on a tape like Beloved Paradise Jazz, you got songs like Tyler Forever, or you got songs like Mezzanine Tippin', which have like the 808s and have like the kind of janky PC sounds, which is missed in here. And I do think he was going for a specific sound on Magic Alive, but I do kind of miss that little bit of rippity rappity from McKinley. However, this is a great fucking project, and I love just how wholesome and just how jazzy it is. It's very good. Number 13, we got Lower by Benjamin Booker. Give me a minute. This album is very moody, and it's very mellow, it's very chill, and I feel like it stays on that mood without being too like repetitive in terms of like the atmosphere. I really like the kind of dreadful like tone that it has throughout. Benjamin Booker's voice is absolutely, it's like a Morgan Freeman like adjacent voice. Like it's got that kind of hardiness to it, and I love the swaps between like the kind of like sparkly and not like ecstatic, but it's got this kind of gleaming like aura around it, and then it just goes into just like super grudgy and fucking like muddy ass plucky guitars that just kind of reek with this goddamn like, it just reeks of like this like distasteful stench and just like this That being said, I do feel like the song structure can be very slow and anticlimactic at times. And same thing with the hooks and verses. Benjamin himself was saying that he was trying to like just make pop music on this, not like pop music, but like the pop flows where it's very vague subject matter and stuff. But I feel like the hooks and the verses just kind of repeat a lot. I feel like the hooks kind of go over twice, and then it's a very short verse that doesn't really say too much, and then it's the hook again. And there are good hooks on it, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it's a little bit too repetitive for something that I can listen to like over and over. There's definitely some hits on here where it's like I will go as far as to say they're classics, but it does kind of feel a bit repetitive maybe to somebody on the first listen. But overall, I love the atmosphere and it's fucking amazing singing. 12, we got Ghost Holding. Why is the text so high? God damn it, I'm noticing shit that I didn't even pay attention. Oh, alright, whatever, don't look at it if you have OCD, my bad. Ghost Holding by Venturing. It's very, very chill. It's very cool. It's a very consistent ride. That being said, there's not much versatility. I have that, and I feel like Jane has a problem where the songs be going on for too much, and I feel like on a tape like Heart, where there's still some variations in the instrumentation, I feel like these songs kind of drag on a little bit too long in terms of the instrumentation because I feel like it's all the same throughout. However, there's a very, very consistent sound to it, and I love how much more confident Jane sounds in this between the like census designated and the Ghost Holding / Revenge Seekers kind of era. So this was a good time to make this record in perpetuity, just in terms of like the vocal transformation. But because it's a little bit of the same, that's why it's not as high as it could have been. But yeah. Number 11, we got Winter Circle by Rex V2. I fucking love the production. It's not all self-produced, but a lot of it has been touched on by Rex. A lot of it is self-produced, and that's something that I can give accolades to the highest degree. A lot of the flows are versatile, and while the lyrics are very like, he knows what he wants to say, but a lot of it is very what's the word? A lot of it is kind of repetitive, a little bit, and the vocal range is not going super high. There's not a lot of vocal diversity in terms of like hitting a la-di-da-di-da. It's more like la-di-da-di-da, la-di-da-di-da, and it's just the same shit throughout the whole time. However, the production is absolutely fucking insane. A lot of the flows are very smart. They work. They're catchy. And again, this is an up-and-comer, a newcomer. So I think there's a lot of growth for him to just kind of work on his craft. And I think he'll definitely be one of the top dogs if he continues to produce with this much like integrity and this much intuitiveness, and especially as a self-prod. Like I cannot get over how many good self-producers are around nowadays. It's crazy. But yeah, great project. Yeah, minutes is not bad, but holy fuck, this video is about to be long as shit. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna rush it. No, nigga. All right, number 10. Guys, gonna give you $1 million by Shallow Water. I love this album. The storytelling is second to none. This is probably one of my favorite albums recently, just in terms of like subject matter and lyricism. I really think it's very effective overall. The vocals really complement the sort of like moody atmosphere that it doesn't have a moody atmosphere, but there's the highs where it needs to be hitting, and then there's the lows where it really just kind of punches you in the gut, where it's like, oh my god, this shit is sad as hell. There's definitely some high notes in it in terms of like the mood. There's definitely some crazy fucking breakdowns with the guitars. It's fucking insane, and I think this is a very smart addition to the sort of slowcore genre that's very one note a lot, especially when you consider people like Sign Crush's Motorist or like Teeth even, for example. And the country twang is something that's very nice, but I do think there should have been like maybe a few more songs and maybe cut a little bit of the runtime. Not even cut a bit of the runtime. I think there should have just been more songs completely. Like in the best songs, that's pretty much the whole album. There's just like one other track that's still great, but I do think there could have been like 3 more tracks, even if they were also multiple minutes long. I think it would have added a lot more context and a lot more punch to an already great record. But yeah, it's amazing. Number 9, we got Venture Horizon Scraper. Shout out Quadeca, Benjamin Lasky. Nigga, follow me on Instagram. I was ecstatic. I do have my compliments about this record. I do think it is very, like, is unreal how many layers are in this shit. How much thought was put into every little detail. It is very thought through. And I do think the concept is very well executed. I think that a lot of the instrumentation, a lot of the sounds complement the concept, makes it for a very good atmosphere. It kind of keeps you in the moment. It really keeps your attention on to the project, the lyrics and everything. And I do think it's a very good like introspection onto the mental state, especially considering like the mental state of the character that we're following throughout this thing. That being said, I feel like this is a fucking I feel like it's a movie compared to like an album. I feel like I haven't been coming back to this, if at all, if not for just like the few songs that are very clearly meant to be like a song, like Dancing Without Moving or Thunder. Like those are songs. I feel like everything else, a song like Casper or No Questions Asked, even a song like fucking what's the shit, like Ruin My Life, I feel like a lot of the songs only really fit into this like specific scenario, this specific atmosphere, this specific album. I feel like it's too specific to what it's trying to do to really break out of the confines that it's working in. I can't like bump this as just like a song that I just want to hear just like normally. I feel like whenever I'm listening to this shit, it's because I'm like sad as hell and I just want to be inside of this fucking album. That being said, it's very good. It's incredible. I just feel like it's more so an experience rather than like a music album. You know what I mean? Number 8, we got Florence Fields by Curtains. I fucking love his voice on this. The auto-tune is hitting, but in the best way possible. It's not like too auto-tuney to where it sounds like he can't sing at all. He's hitting that shit, but it adds this nice little crispiness to it where it's just like, oh, fuck yeah, that hits. It's a good blend of acoustic songs, dance music, even some rap in there. I love all the lyrics. They're very heartfelt and they're very sincere, you know what I mean? But the project, I feel like for me, isn't taking too many risks, which is why I would not put it higher. It is way too fucking short. It's like 20 minutes. There needs to be so much more runtime, and I think I would appreciate it a lot more if there was some, you know, if he was going to try something crazy. But I feel like it's all very safe, which is not a bad thing. It's a really quality record. Like this is genuinely a 10 out of 10 for me, despite my criticism of it. But I just feel like it's not taking too many risks, and it's just playing it way too safe. That being said, I do think it's one of the best records just in terms of quality of this year. Yeah. Number 7, we got Heavy Metal by Cameron Winter. 2020. No, it was a 2024 album. But it came out within the time frame that I would consider it to be 2025. You know what I mean? But yeah, I fucking love his vocals. It's very passionate. It's very. I don't know how to explain it. It's got that Jordy Greep feel where it's like, it just feels like the nigga is cheating. You know what I mean? Like he's smurfing in singing. You know what I mean? The production is very classical. It's very nostalgic. It's very I love. It's not like abstract songwriting. It's not like some mind blowing shit that you cannot decipher. You need a fucking genius breakdown to do it. But it's the way he words stuff that is just very intriguing. It's not. It's not just like, I love you. He's got bars. He's got bars. I would call it lyrical finesse, is what I would say. But I do feel like it's. I don't know. It's just like piano songs, which I get it, but I feel like there could have been a lot more. I feel like he could have reached a lot more in terms of the production. I feel like there. Number 6, we got K1 by Kmo. I love this project. It had to grow on me a lot, but I do think the blends eventually caught up to me. I love how each section has its own, like, there's like the beginning section, which is more the shoegaze kind of rock outfit, then it gets to the middle where it's more the dance, and then it gets to the end where it's more acoustic, it's more raw. And I really like that kind of that kind of smooth transitions between everything, even if it doesn't necessarily transition into each other. It's still it's got a good flow. His vocals are a little bit nasally, but I do think they're very sincere. They're very emotive. I feel like every part of this album just doesn't have any flaws, really. Like, when he's going for the more rockish cuts, there's elements in it that are kind of like swapping into like the electronic, the kind of like reverbish vocals that are just like super muddied and super worked up, but it mixes really well. And I feel like there's a lot of different like melds between each of these songs that has elements from other genres that just kind of, you don't even notice it at first, but once you start to break it down, it's really cool how he's able to meld everything together. And yeah, it's just a great like fusion of shit. It's amazing. And if you watch my, I want to say 2023 albums video, I do honorable mentions before the top 5, so we're gonna get into that now. I'm gonna actually go rapid fire on these hoes. So pay attention, bitch ass nigga. Boom, number 1. All right, Caroline 2. I should have added my favorite track. My favorite track is what the fuck is that shit? I don't even know. All right, good album. It's very chill, very mellow. I just think it was a bit too mellow. I would have liked a few more crescendos. All right, next one. Easy Could Have Leaked, Stunned Die 3. Amazing rap rock fusion. I think this is how Rage is meant to be. Great subject matter. Oh shit. All right, great subject. All right, Weather Day, Hornet Disaster. The vocals are really piercing mixing wise, but otherwise I think it's a step up from Weather Day's previous iterations. I think the vocals are a lot more emotive, a lot more powerful. Keith versus Lockout felt like a sketch. Very classic feel to the emo, but I do like a lot of the songwriting. And holy fuck, I love Half Enough. That song is fucking amazing. Fang, what the Fang? I know we're going into some fucking issues recently, but this project is very good in terms of just like lyrical subject matter and just having a positive attitude throughout the whole thing. We'll face Joey Cupid. I love his voice on this project, and I think he was going somewhere with not sticking to sexy drill the whole time, but now he's going back into sexy drill. It's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of, I feel like it's wasted potential to me. But this project specifically, it's not all sexy drill, and it's very good. Edward Skeltrix, Museum Music, very experimental, very clean. I love it. It's great. I think it's forward thinking. If you don't like it, sure, but I do think that this is something very unique. Model Actress Pirouettes, very good. I do think it's kind of a bit of the samey throughout the whole time, but it is very quality. It is a fun record to delve into. Kuru, Stay True Forever. I love the versatility on this. I love the kind of mixes in terms of the hip hop that's on it, in terms of the trap, in terms of the rap that's on it. A lot of different flows and a lot of different versatile beat selection. And Tagabo, Lotto. Great crunchy guitars. It hits so much harder live, personally, but I do think there's a lot of good hits on here, a lot of good crunchy shoegaze, a lot of classic shoegaze. And I believe that is the end of our honorable mention section. Thank you for your time in choosing to view. I'm gonna check on the time on the recording real quick. Get down! Oh my god, yo, that was loud as hell. Yeah, dude, that's so. Oh, I hope I don't have to put a noise gate on this shit. Sorry, y'all. I don't know why I talk. I get so like stuffed up in my nasal. Number 5, we got Rest in Bass, Bache. This is gonna be including some of the encore songs, even though like I feel like a lot of them did grow on me, like as I've listened to it, and I feel like it's kind of cheating because it technically came out in 2026. It came out Christmas Day, but Rest in Bass came out prior to that, and if you're just adding a few songs on the Rest in Bass, that just makes it even better. The vocals on this thing are so good. I fucking love them. Whether it be him screaming, him doing the rah, or him just like normal singing, they're a step above anybody else on the curve of underground hip hop. He's taking a lot more risks, which I really appreciate. A lot of the instrumentals are super abrasive, but not to the point where it just hurts your ears to listen to. If you can't listen to it, I'm sorry, your ears are just not built for it. But I love all the distortion on it. It's very unique. I want to say, like, I'm not gonna say that anybody hasn't tried to do this before, but I don't think anybody has tried to do this with as much attention to detail in it. And I love how versatile it is. I love the singing cuts in the middle of all the real ragers. It's just a very good time overall. And yeah, this is a fucking incredible record. And if you have not listened to it, please listen to it. Number 4, we got Geese Getting Killed. I love this project. It is very nostalgic while not being derivative. I feel like there's so many cuts on this project where it feels like it sounds like something, but I can't point to a specific song and be like, yo, that's what that sounds like. That's again, fucking Cameron Winter's vocals, absolutely amazing. It's really unique. It's really just like it's one of the most unique voices I think in our current music sphere right now. Like I genuinely think he's one of the most talented like vocalists in recent memory. All the instrumentals are very engaging. They got jams in them that don't drag on for too long and that have enough variation to it where I can get along with it. All the catchiness is there. All the lyrical finesse, as I was talking about, is there. It's got this weirdo energy to it while still keeping your attention and not being like, oh, this is kind of coming off as champ. This is kind of coming off as trying too hard. It doesn't feel like it's trying too hard. And yeah, it's just a great time. I love, again, it's got good imagery in it as well, in the midst of all its abstract and kind of off kilter lyrical content. So yeah, I just think it's a great time. Number 3, Half Blood by Slayer. Put this shit back on, bro. Put this shit back on Spotify, gang. Okay, I think Skillet was a sample that got this shit off, bro. Put this shit back up, dog. But I need this album in my rotation. I don't think there's a single album that I can think of in recent memory that, like, if one of these songs pop up in my because I have a playlist. It's called Essential Stew. You can go find it on Spotify. When one song of this bitch plays, I go to the album, I cue the whole thing. That's how intriguing and that's how insane this album is to me. It's got such a good concept, not even concept, it's just got a good theme. It's very whimsical and magical. It's very it's very on brand with what it's trying to create. The fantasy subject matter along with the instrumentals that kind of play into it. And while it is all freestyling, this is something that he's talked about, it's all freestyling. I do think that if he did sit down and just try and get every one of these songs on talking about a night, or talking about the fucking talking about the wizard that he's about to fight in a 1v1. He about to jump a wizard. Like, I think if this had writing, and this is not to say that the freestyling is bad. If this had writing, this would hit. This might be my number one, maybe, if it had like more on topic, not like on topic, if it had more focused subject matter. That being said, I do think a lot of the lyrical content, despite freestyling, is able to stay consistent, and is able to stay on the topic of just like love and heartbreak and just not knowing what the fuck to do with yourself. Again, the production is absolutely fucking spectacular. It's very magical. It's got this energy to it that I just had not seen from a lot of people that are trying to make a consistent sound. It's very unique, and it just feels like a giant movie. Everything transitions into each other like fucking butter, and it is. I'm very excited to see where Slayer goes, because this is understating how good this project is, just on a conceptual level, a production level. Just like it's insane. It's magical. Number 2, we got I'm not. It's Dark by Eden. It's a very tender album. It's a very focused album. It's like got the sound it's going for. It feels like, how do I put this? It sounds like going into your brain and like dissecting your shit, and then like picking apart your memories out. Like I feel like when I get into describing albums in a way where I can only give my accolades to it in ways where I have to be describing what it makes you feel, I feel like that is already saying something. I love how honest he is on the project. Like, all the lyrics are very like, it's like, damn, I fucked up, but like I don't want to believe I fucked up. It's very relatable, and it's very like, it's got this kind of whiplash effect where like it's got these transitions that aren't direct transitions, but they meld enough to where it's like just kind of glitching and just kind of like piecing together different parts of your life into like one cohesive thing. And all the production on it, it's very minimal, but it sounds so like expansive and full. I feel like there's no like downtime that isn't purposeful. And the vocals are auto-tuning, which I know Eden can sing. When he sings live, he has very minimal auto-tune, if any at all. But on his recordings, in case you missed it, I've noticed a lot more use of the auto-tune, but it's kind of grown on me because I feel like it's kind of got this energy to where it feels like there's a fucking robot who like kind of broke out of the system and is like able to like feel these intense emotions. And it just feels like it also adds on to this kind of like thought that all of this is kind of glitching together, and all of it is like slowly breaking apart or just slowly burning. And I think it's a very interesting like way to approach it, and I think it's really effective. And yeah, all of these songs are fucking great. They're very smooth, they're very tender, they're very catchy, they're very poppy, which I really like from Eden. And yeah, it's great. Number 1, that was a really like bummy introduction for the number 1. Here, let me. And the number 1 spot goes to J Remover with Revenge Seekers. What did you expect? What did you expect? Probably something else, but what did you expect? I just don't know what to say about this record. If you heard it, you know. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. I just think it's. I mean, I'm just gonna read off the bullet points because I feel like there's not much else I can say about this that isn't just like right there in your face. There's so many fucking layers in this thing, and it's not overwhelming. There's probably like 100 layers worth of sounds going into these tracks, but every single thing you can hear with fucking so much clarity. It just feels impossible to where how can I pick out every single sound in this damn song, in this damn album, and like just listen to this shit over and over, and I'll be like, oh my god, wait, that's there. I can hear that. Holy shit. The fucking the fucking amount of ego that Jane has on this fucking tape. I don't even say that in a bad way. But like it's just so braggadocious, it's so cocky, and I feel like it's kind of needed because when you're making a swap like this so abrupt, and it's not like she hasn't done this shit before. It's not like they haven't done this shit before. But to know that they still got that dog in them, that is just so fucking good. Again, packing punches, whether hot or cold. It doesn't matter if it's a slow cut, if it's a mild cut, if it's a smooth cut, if it's a mildly fast cut, if it's a fast cut, if it's a fucking crazy rager. It doesn't matter what the fuck is going on. It's still so quality. All the lyrics are great. All the flows are great. It's catchy. It is memorable. Every fucking part of this is just so fucking good. And again, like once the track starts rolling, of course there can be like the slow build up. Of course there can be the, oh, I wonder what's gonna happen here. But once it starts building up, there's not a single fucking crash in the whole time. You can start a song, and as it goes up, as the energy goes up, it stays up there. It does not fall short. It does not crash. It stays at 100 the entire time. And that's why this shit is my number one. I gotta go eat food. I just heard my mom yell at me. Not like in a bad way. I mean like in a, yo, come get your food, nigga. I can't. My mom wouldn't say that. My mom wouldn't say that. She can't say that. But that's my list. I do have an end slide. I don't have an end slide. All right. I gotta go eat, nigga. So thank you for watching this shit. I hope it wasn't too hard to follow. Thank you for getting this far in the video. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, do all that shit. I've got an Instagram if you want to follow it. I don't have any other socials. Sorry. Yeah. Subscribe, share this with your friends, whatever the fuck. I don't care. But yeah, thank you for watching. That's what I care about. Thank you for watching. I don't care if you like the video. I don't care if you got this far. I don't care if you subscribe. I don't care if you like the video. But I just want to thank you for getting this far. But I would like it if you subscribe. You know what I mean? But but yeah, thank you for getting this far. I'm gonna go eat some food. My hungry ass is starving. My top 20 albums of 2025. Le Beach. Le Beach. All right, I'll see y'all later. Thank y'all. Bye.